Coolio. Alright, that's good right there. And then, so we'll just minimize that. And then, I guess I'll keep that open. And then we'll just go here. And then we'll just go to YouTube. And we'll see what Academics is talking about in the background.
Some shit and you're just skinny, they're gonna do it. So when Drake was like kind of clowning Ross for Ozempic, I'm like, I know there's a lot of y'all niggas taking Ozempic. I don't know why you're clowning Ross just because he's fat. Ozempic is kind of commonplace. I would imagine that 85% of entertainers, are they gonna tell you? Probably not. They're probably on Ozempic, honestly, right? Do they have to tell you? Like, it's their personal business, right? Which I think, you know, of course, Drake's not gonna come out, but I think he did kind of admit this, all right? Look what so if we go to Red Button, the lyrics, and by the way, that's on the extended version of For All the Dogs, and he's rapping, and he's rapped about a lot of this stuff. And by the way, you got to remember, so this came out November, right? It's kind of commonplace. I would imagine that, and we all believe that he wrote some of these songs after the reception of the first For All the Dogs drop, which was, hold on, For All the Dogs release date. I hope you guys are keeping up. So he wrote a lot of this shit after October 6th, or around October 6th. He wrote this new version. The Ozempic bottle says July. So it's making sense. If he's on Ozempic and he's rapping like this, because he does rap about Ozempic, or he alludes to it, right? So he says, press this red button, dog, and everything forever changes. Word to, and by the way, which by the way comes back when, because Drake did post recently on his story the red button that a dog was gonna press, right? He literally, like, he posted that on his story, right? Did y'all not see that? Drake posted red button on story. Like, he literally posted, oh shit, he literally posted, yeah, he literally posted this, right? Literally posted red button, and it looks like, I don't know if this is a dog, but I would, is this an owl or a dog? It might be an owl, but yeah, literally posted a red button, right? Which is a eerie callback to this verse, and this verse kind of tells me that Drake knew some of his shit was either stolen, he knew it beforehand, and he was probably playing it as, okay, that's info maybe my ops could use. He says, press this red button, dog, and everything forever changes. Word to M Dollar. She the only one that could maybe save it. M Dollar, who's that? Melissa Ford? Hey, Melissa Ford the one on Joe Budden podcast? I don't know. Anyway. Word to M Dollar, she the only one that could maybe save it. Should have hit you first, but sis, you know about the shit I've taken. Niggas think it's sweet, but I'm not a diabetic patient. Okay? Now, to me, this lyric reads very different now. It reads to me that Drake is basically explaining why he's taking Ozempic, right? You know, of course, it's a play off like sweet and diabetes anyway, but he's basically saying he's taking Ozempic for weight loss. If I'm reading it now with the clarity and with the knowledge I have now, I'm thinking this is Drake alluding to Ozempic, and he's saying that, yo, and again, the majority of people in Hollywood that take Ozempic are not diabetic or pre-diabetic. They're just taking it, okay? They just want to be skinny because it helps them control their diet. I think it kills their appetite, and because of that, they just inevitably stay skinny, and that's the whole goal. Stay skinny, look good, don't have to work out too much, don't have to fight cravings because you don't have an appetite, right? Cool. He says, I'll start blacking over here like it's segregation. I'll fucking double cross. By the way, if you listen to the song too, there's a very dark tone to the song, like an anger, like he's upset at something, right? He said, I'll give you a hard pill to swallow. This your medication. I'll pop up, which by the way, we're gonna get to some of the medications that were actually found. There were actual medications also found. And by the way, Ozempic, I keep hearing people say Ozempic isn't a pill. Ozempic is a syringe
it's a shot
that you would stick in your body. Like you literally inject yourself. So Ozempic is not a pill. It's a weekly injection that these people would be taking, or Drake would be taking to keep weight off of him. You get what I'm saying? So when he starts talking about pills, he's not talking about Ozempic no more, right? He says, I'll give you a hard pill to swallow. This your medication. I will fucking pop up on your ass like a revelation. I could tell you better than I could show you. This is a demonstration. I'll fucking leave you in the dirt like some vegetation. Chemicals is mixing in my brain and killing hesitation. I will fucking force a few shots like a vaccination. Now this goes to the Ozempic line, right? Shots, vaccination, that's kind of like Ozempic is. Niggas fucking calling me up to cap. This is not a graduation. I will fucking put your ass on pause like I'm Pastor Mason. Okay, so basically, like, he's almost making like a threat, but nobody really knows what the fuck he's talking about. Also, interestingly enough, about For All the Dogs Scary Hours, and it's kind of eerily, it's like Drake, you know, again, I'm not gonna, like, I know y'all gonna, no matter what I say, y'all gonna either say compromise or I'm riding dick or whatever. Again, I never talked to him about this shit, and I don't think he would tell me about this shit, like, you know what I mean, because this looked like maybe something, for me to you, it looks like something maybe he sloppily got stolen from him, but then he tried to flip it like, okay, imagine knowing somebody stole A, B, C, and D from you, and now you're trying to play off of it like you're in control, even though they have it. You get what I'm saying? That's what it comes across to me, right? Also, about this moment, if you go read the lyrics to another song, like I think the next song about this, The Shoe Fits, I think this song is also mad prophetic as well, right? It's actually talking about exactly now, which you almost kind of start to believe if Drake was kind of just sitting around after this album, kind of expecting this to happen, and probably was clocking this whole situation already. Again, not trying to give him too much credit, but these lyrics, I ain't gonna lie to you, I remember listening to it back then, I was like, what the fuck is Drake talking about? In hindsight, and maybe it's coincidence, it appears that he was getting at certain shit early, but we didn't know. Okay? Let me see. Is this the song? I'm trying to like showcase what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Maybe it's the stories about my brother. Anyway, whatever. Let's just keep on topic. So, if I'm answering this question, for y'all, do I believe that this Ozempic prescription for Drake is real? Yes. I also would add that I believe he was on his first or second month. We've looked up the doctor, we verified the doctor. It would make sense. And by the way, I'm also kind of getting an inclination of maybe how this was probably gotten. Well, we know Drake went to the spot himself. How do you think that they got this shit then? Somebody went in Drake's room? We'll get to that. Cool. Okay, and yeah, so the instructions, this looks like a normal Ozempic like packaging. Inject this 0.5 milligrams subcutaneously, which means in a fatty portion of your skin, and do it weekly. All right, so I think this is real. This is real. So Drake is on Ozempic, if you ask me. Right? By the way, I don't know why he chose to make fun of Rick Ross and also Drake being on Ozempic. I'm going to be honest with you. I would care, like, if you ask me between two options, Drake going under surgery to get his abs done or Drake taking a shot to control his appetite, I'd rather Drake be on Ozempic than him getting a BBL, as everybody's calling it, right? Like, BBL Drizzy just don't sound too good as a fan, right? If this nigga's taking a fucking shot, like, he could take a shot, like, in his arm to fucking not eat too much to stay skinny, whatever, nigga. But, nigga, if you're getting your fucking, your stomach sculpted up, like that sounds crazy, right? So, me, I don't find a problem with it, and whether it's Drake or anybody else being on this, all right? Cool, let's keep it going. By the way, there's a pill bottle here that we're kind of, like, just glancing over. Oh, shit. You see it? By the way, it looks like these things are held up by shoestrings. But anyway, this is the Maybach glove. Now, chat, could y'all help me out a little bit? Yo, you know, ever since I bought my Maybach, I've driven it 2 or 3 times in like 2 months. I actually forgot before this stream I was going to search because they give you a bunch of shit with the Maybach, like custom. Well, not. Well, I didn't see gloves. Maybe they do give you gloves. That's why I was gonna look at mine to be like, do I got gloves? I don't know. Where the fuck do you get Maybach gloves from? I mean, they give you like Maybach cups, headphones, and all that other shit. Maybe they do have gloves. But I was wondering where you get these from. Unless maybe he just bought them. But that's an odd item. Okay. Here's a pill bottle. Oh, fuck. You can't really see it too well, right? You see the pill bottle right there? Okay. Can't really see it too well. Okay. Here we go. Ooh! Now this is a Adderall prescription. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is an Adderall prescription. Wow. We can't tell what milligrams. Now, this is also another type of drug. If you don't know what Adderall does, have I ever taken Adderall? Yes, I've taken Adderall back in college. I don't want to endorse any drug. I don't encourage you taking any drug. But I remember I graduated from Rutgers with a biomathematics degree. I was like DJing a lot and also partying. And school that should have required all my attention was probably getting 1/3 of my attention. Comes down to my finals. I'm within my last probably semester and a half or whatever the case is. And I remember I was like, damn, I missed so many classes. I'm not up to speed like a good student would be. And I promise you it was like finals week or the week before. So I had 2 weeks before final exam. I'm trying to study the whole semester in 2 weeks. Kicking my ass. And that's the first time my roommate was, which was actually, if you guys know, Leaf's brother, he was in medical school at the time. And I remember that nigga was like a zombie. Like he would just take a bunch of Adderall and study mad shit because in medical school they have different type of tests. Anyway, he gave me a fucking Adderall. He was just like, yo, bro, because I'm playing music, I'm online looking at comments on my videos, I want to DJ. He was just like, yo, take this pill and you're going to be able to study and you're going to learn your whole fucking, I think I was taking some biomath class. I swear I took one pill and I learned half the semester in a night. It was ridiculous. And I retained everything. The shit was crazy. If you ever watched the movie Limitless, it's the closest thing to it. Now, I do not actually, and I'm not going to ever really recommend drugs to you guys because I've watched my own friend take so much of this. It actually induces mental psychosis if you take too much. So I would not encourage anyone to, despite me saying positive things about it, I would encourage people to take this long term or abuse it, right? Okay, however, how does this play out? I think many artists, if they aren't on some type of, many artists take this. Actually, just many people in general take this. People who stay up late at night, which a lot of artists do, or who get their work done late at night, who require high capacity or high thinking capacity, they take that. So I actually believe Drake is on Adderall too. I'm sorry. It's not a bad drug, but shit, you know what I mean? I think Drake's on that shit too. You know what I mean? But also other people are. And I ain't gonna lie, if I had an Adderall, I'd probably take that bit too. I think in Jersey, I can't get a prescription for this shit, I think, because I got guns and shit. So they got to do a mental evaluation of you. And once they do that, once they start wondering if you crazy or some shit, they say, give us the guns back. Now we good. So I can't be on no type of, I think. I should be, I probably am wrong with that though, but anyway. Okay, so to clarify, I believe everything here is real. I believe Drake's on Ozempic. I believe Drake is on Adderall. Okay, I guess they're trying to show another bottle. And then this one is called Zolpidem. I've never heard of this. Okay, so let's look it up. Zolpidem tartrate. That's what it's called. And it's used for sleep problems, insomnia in adults. If you have trouble falling asleep, it helps you sleep fast. I think we looked this up before. Kind of interesting, but do I believe it? Absolutely. I believe that Drake's on this too. And again, these are drugs prescribed by a doctor. I'm pretty sure this type of doctor, no disrespect to him, if you're the rich celebrity, you just tell him what you want and he gives it to you. He's not going to be doing some crazy diagnosis. Just be like, yo, doc, Give me some Addy. Just gives you the Addy. Yo, doc, give me some shit to make me go to sleep. And he just does it, right? Like these doctors, they're getting paid a wild amount of money. Their job ain't to really be doctors. Their job is to write a fucking script, right? Now, why do I think Drake might want to use sleeping pills? Yeah, Drake is up late night making music. His sleep schedule is always off. He also got to live a normal life. Got to hit the stage at a certain time. Like if you're switching in between drastic sleep schedules, sometimes to force you to get back on another sleep schedule, you might want to take sleeping pills just to, deal with your insomnia at times. I'm just guessing, but I believe it. I think Drake is on this too. I'm sorry.
But 95 is lost. You're proud of who you are.
Okay. So I think that's the end of the medications. And what the fuck is Holt Renfrew? I don't know what that is. Holt Renfrew. It's Canada's home for designer fashion beauty. Oh, okay. All right.
Can't understand me right now. Just practice when you 18.
Okay, and this looks like, I'm trying to figure out. This is somewhere in New York. I can't figure out where. I don't know New York well enough, but okay, cool. All right, so cool. So we have this video that comes out. We have this nigga who says that Drake and myself have until Monday to retract claims of theft. I've told him he has until Monday to go choke on a dick and die. Okay? Fuck you, nigga. Like, don't be trying to threaten me, my nigga. Go to hell. Okay? Anyway, he continues by saying to Mr. Aubrey Graham, may this photo help jog your memory as to where you discarded those items. This nigga's really trying to be the Riddler or Jigsaw, right? The issue in the photo should also jog your memory. Jimmy Brooks, which I didn't even know that wheelchair Jimmy's real name was Jimmy Brooks. So that's the character that Drake played on Degrassi. He says, Jimmy Brooks would have not been proud of you that night. Now, this is apparently a screenshot of the surveillance video that showcases supposedly Drake, right? Standing next to, I don't know what the heck this is, no disrespect. It's like a ghoulish looking like child. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you. It kind of looked like, first when I seen this, I'm like, what the fuck is goddamn Krishan Rothschild doing up in here? That's what I thought. Anyway, let's go back to that place again. What's it called? Jewelry. Poplar Jewelry, right? Here we go. So if we could probably see if oh yeah, he's not wearing a hoodie or nothing like that. Is he wearing a hoodie when he comes out? It might not be the same day, right? Yeah, he's not wearing like a hoodie or nothing like that. But supposedly this is Drake. I have no reason not to believe this is Drake, right? This is Drake, right? Or is this Drake back here? I see an owl. I see an owl right here. You see this owl? I see this owl right here. Is this Chubbs? Oh, okay. It's different dates. Thank you, chat. You said the video is January 2nd, and the receipts are different. Now, here's the thing about that, right? Oh, it's Chubbs right here, and this is Drake. Here's the thing about this, though. Well, it would make sense that this is January just because of the hoodie, because obviously in January is cold. But also, I'll say we have to think about, with surveillance tapes a lot, especially when it's reset or they change sometimes, like the DVR. If they don't set the time and date, it'll just start off at January something. So maybe it's not January something, but it could be, right? Anyway, according to what this guy is saying, he says this should jog Drake's memory, right? Now, he clearly wants some type of clout. He tags a whole bunch of other people, whatever. And here's the point, and here's like the thing that's kind of like puzzling slightly to me. It's puzzling to me because if this guy's the mole and this guy sent the information to Kendrick Lamar, nigga, didn't you get paid? Right? Then he says, you've had many things discarded on your behalf over the years. I wonder if you can remember them all. Now, this is actually really cryptic, but like it kind of says that maybe he's saying that Drake has been to this particular hotel or been in that same place he lost these items multiple times. But then this is also kind of telling. It says, you're blocking my money with your lies, so you forced me to get it another way. That was confusing to me. You know why? Don't tell me you gave Kung Fu Kenny the receipts for free. If Drake was offering to pay people, allegedly, was offering to pay for info on Kendrick, and I know Kendrick says he wasn't calling around, but I could imagine Kendrick was doing the same. Shit, Kendrick came back with more info on Drake than Drake came back with on Kendrick. So he must have been offering some bread too. What you mean like your money's getting blocked? You should have got it from Kendrick. Anyway, he says push-ups? Really? Should have kept that to yourself. I don't know what that means. I'm going to be honest with you. Then he says, had you not lied, I would have just waited until you died to sell my goods. This is like some snake-like behavior. You're holding prescriptions and shirts and Maybach gloves, waiting for somebody to die that you could cash in. This is like one sick motherfucker right here. Then he says, another clue, I guess. 2 black American men became unemployed at this exact moment, and you made an enemy. Wow. So 3/19, he says that's when something happened. So if that date is right, something happened here. Something happened here. Huh. So let's assume that the date was right. Except, how could the date be right if the stuff he got is from July? And I think we could verify the stuff he got in July is real. So if, let's say he works at a hotel, if they fired you, right? Or they fired someone, he didn't say it was him. He just said 2 black American men became unemployed and you made an enemy. He didn't say it was him. But maybe 2 people lost their job, and maybe the person that this is didn't lose their job, at least at that time. Then he just posts some random shit. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Then he says, how do we know you're not like us? He says, we never come back after we curse out the service providers. Ooh, that's a big clue. That's a big clue. What this tells me is that Drake may have gotten into it, or maybe Drake and Chubbs, or maybe somebody from Drake's team got into it with somebody who's a bellman, concierge, security, someone who cleans the rooms. Who else works at a hotel? Could be someone from the staff area, from the kitchen. I don't know. But if I'm if I'm putting this together, I have to believe that whoever this person is seems like they work there, but they couldn't have been the people who got fired, because they're hinting that 2 people got fired, because they're also saying, we know you're not like us because we don't come back after we curse out the service providers. This person looked like they were there for both incidents, okay? Then they put, yet 6 months later, the circus returned, which that actually aligns with Drake shows up in January, and 6 months later, January, February, March, April, May, June, and then July. So 6 months later, which would be July, he says the circus returned. And then he puts the link. So I guess Drake went there. Do we know what? Okay, I guess we're going to find out what hotel now. Rejected teen drinker accuses smear campaign against Swanky, New York City hotel, says he's sober now. A rejected underage drinker accused of launching a wild smear campaign against the swanky Mark Hotel. Okay, so now we know what this is. Mark Hotel in Manhattan. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Mark Hotel, Manhattan. Let's see if we can find some shit about it. So now we'll know exactly where Drake was staying at. Drake, you know you can't go back here, right? I hope Drake knows, like, this is a dub. Like, you cannot come back here at all. Let me see. Here. This is it. I'm looking for, like, I'm trying to match it with, remember how we saw the lobby? I'm trying to match this hotel. It's a 5-star hotel for sure. It's a 5-star hotel. Let me see. Let's look at the gallery.